Hey guys, it's me Chase with the Summer Esports series. Today we're talking with Anthony about fighting tournaments and creating content and getting your name out there. Be sure to share this video and I will see you at the end. All right.
Yeah, I want to know, cause nobody else is doing what I'm trying to do here where I am.
hmm
I should know about starting a
About starting a new club?
yes.
Yeah. Do you have a group of guys that play?
Yeah,
And is it a team or is it
we,
you know
we
like
are, and they're not organized. They have teams. They have organized themselves because I met them after they established. I wasn't part of. They already have teams between them. Basically,
hmm
just like how a community. They're all friends.
hmm
There's no then when I say teams, they don't have sponsors and a bunch of
hmm
call this artist. So I see what they're trying to do, and I'm trying to bring money into it.
hmm Um, do you do you currently did you say you posted things online?
I don't have anything posted online. I have a pilot I worked on, but I haven't posted it on. Just
O-
use that.
Okay. I think I I think a great way to start um I think you first before you can really start generating money is like building kind of like a following. Um and a really great way to do that is over social media. And you said fighting games.
Yeah,
Um like really you gotta I think you need to start posting things on YouTube, on um, literally everything, Twitter, uh, LinkedIn, Instagram, and especially Twitch, um, and really start trying to create maybe a like a um, these profiles on there where you're posting fighting game content if that's what you want to do, and um, just it doesn't need to be like you winning all the time. Um, but you just putting things out there will start to generate people that notice you. Um, so kind of like maybe does that make sense what I'm saying?
yeah, it does. It actually does.
Yeah. So basically, um, what I do with like LinkedIn is I'll like for fighting games um, you could literally record yourself fighting, but that doesn't need to be all the time. You could um, you could like so Do you would you do you, which platform do you think you'd like to start on? Maybe like YouTube or um
YouTube. I personally I upload some of my personal gameplay
mhm.
my channel.
I think if you started on YouTube and maybe Instagram would be a good place because it's very visual with pictures and quick videos. Um, I think if you did maybe a trio of YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram and kind of link them together, um, and you could post stuff of yourself fighting. But I would also maybe get into, researching fighting games and giving tips and finding ways to, um, talk to, like, get other people engaged. Um, because like the biggest way you can advertise is getting other people to engage on your content. Um, like the more comments, that means the more people are. If someone comments on something, everyone in their feed will see that they commented. Um, and so it's basically like sharing something. And so the goal is to have a lot of like communication between your viewers and um, you know just between your viewers and you. Is that making sense?
Yeah, no.
I mean, so what do you think? Like, would you, like how much time do you have to start maybe making content on, YouTube, Instagram, or Twitter?
Um, almost immediately.
I mean, you say you could start immediately, or is what was that answer?
Almost immediately because I have like a small fundraiser plan at the primary school this month, end of this month.
Hmm. So I mean,
Then I can also, sorry,
no, go for it.
yeah, I can also the fighting game community. I can also get the guys together and see how that goes.
So sorry, you're starting to break up again. But did you say you're trying to get the guys together?
I will try to get the guys together. I will get the guys together to like have an in-house tournament where they just
Yeah, and that's great. That's a great way to, the goal is kind of creating content on these platforms, and that's, having guys together, recording, a tournament is really great, um, and especially, you know, but then taking that content and you can kind of take all sorts of things from it. Um, you could take the video, like the actual fighting, and post that up there. You could post pictures on Instagram. You could write about it on Twitter, like a real quick sentence, um, and you can start, giving your own opinions, because people like to talk about opinions, and they like to um,
yeah,
talk about things that aren't, you know, if they see something that they agree with, they'll say it. But if they disagree, they'll talk about it. And that's what you want. So kind of putting your opinions on the tournament, on, media, um, just, the goal is to try to do something every day. Um, you want something uploaded every day. Consistent media, um, and people will start to look at you as maybe like what they call a thought leader, which is someone who knows a lot about the subject. Um, so when you're constantly posting content, people are like, wow, this guy knows a lot. And so they'll follow you, see what you're doing, and, you know, long, longer down the road, that might turn into, um, a large following of people following your tournaments or your fighting content. Um, you could go really anywhere. It's really like what you enjoy, what interests you, and start posting that. So if it's fighting games, you could post strategies. You can post about news in the fighting industry. You can post about what you like about things, what you don't. You could literally read an article and then summarize it, and that could be a post all about fighting games. Um, so it's really up to you to be creative and just kind of think of what could I post. Um, and posting, when you're posting media, again, this is people are going to start to follow you and start to see that this is like a real thing. And they might, if they're near enough, they might come join you, or um, you know, you people earn revenue off of YouTube when they get to a certain amount of, people watching. So,
yeah,
it's really if it's really it's really cool. You can do what you want. Um, Anything fighting related. I'm kind of doing that on LinkedIn. I'm focusing on LinkedIn, and I'm writing about esports in general. Doesn't need to be fighting, but I do, talk about fighting sometimes. Um, and I'm writing articles. Like I'm doing my own research. I make quick videos. It doesn't need to be professional. It's just me on my phone, just talking on my phone. Um, and I'm connecting with as many people as I can, just talking, see what their opinions are. Um, what do you think about that?
yeah. It's definitely like the way to go. It's definitely like at least a way to start.
Yeah, and it's a very it's one of those. It's not a huge. The only investment is your time. You don't need any
Your
money,
time, your
you
effort,
know,
yeah.
and it's not requiring anything. It's, if you enjoy it, you find it interesting, then it's not really, I mean, it's work, but at the
Work.
same time,
It's not.
it's work you
I
enjoy.
get you. I get you.
Yeah,
I get you.
so, um,
I definitely know all that.
yeah, so,
So yeah, yeah.
yeah, so I mean, when when I'm researching about esports, I'm making sure I'm doing it correctly. I'm, citing my sources, and in that sense, it's kind of like work. But at the end of the article, although it's short, I know something more about the industry, and it's basically documenting everything I'm learning. Um, and it doesn't need to be perfect. My articles are very short. They're not, you know, they're not like perfect, but I just put them out there. You gotta
Put
kind
it
of,
out there.
yeah, I just kind of have that mentality that, like, I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes, um, but I'm just gonna keep going, keep being persistent, um, and that's what's gonna win. Um, the persistent posting. Um, aim for at least one a day, but you can do as many as 10 a day. Um, but it's really how much time do you have? Um, are you like interested in this specific topic in fighting games? Um, there's it's it's really it's up to you. Um, you know, it's yeah, it's interesting. So what kind of what about fighting games do you like?
I like strategy,
You like the
like
strategy?
how it look,
Yeah. So I mean, if you like the strategy,
action kind.
yeah, yeah, totally like dive into the strategy and kind of do your research about a strategy. When you're learning it, document it, write some notes, and then when you're done learning, when you feel like you've got somewhat of a grasp of what it is, talk about it. Make a video, make an article. You can make an article and a video about the same thing. Whenever write an article, I also make a quick video on my phone about what I talked about, just explaining it with my voice. So you can use the same material in multiple ways if you get
I get
creative,
that.
you know, and that's cutting your work down in half. If you can do 2 posts out of one research or 4 posts. Um, so it's really people I think overthink the social media and making it like putting media and stuff out there. People think they have to be perfect. I say put more of it out there. Put more bad stuff out. Not bad, but like put more. Be more frequent. You don't need to spend 10 years on one article. Just spend like 2 hours. Say, I'm going to spend 2 hours researching and writing an article, and then I'm done. I'm going to post it at the end of 2 hours. Um, that's what I do. I don't go spend all day. Um, so, so like you said, strategy. I think it'd be awesome, really cool, if you did some research on a strategy that, or something. If you already know something, you could talk about that too. Write it down, make an article, post it. You can post that on LinkedIn. You can post that, wherever articles are kind of, LinkedIn's for the article. There's a lot of articles, but if when you make a video, post that on YouTube. You can write a, 3 sentence summary on Twitter, really quick, or you can link the article there. Um, Instagram, take a picture of your character doing that strategy, or make a 10-second video of that of your favorite character doing the strategy that you're talking about. Post that on Instagram. Um, it's you. It'd be really awesome. I mean, I'd love it if you linked me. Let me know when you made these videos. And I'll give it a look. It'd be really cool. Is this kind of making sense? Like, what are you thinking?
So as you've been talking, my head's just been going different.
Yeah. So
Very helpful.
it's kind of like there's so many things you could talk about. Um,
Mm-hmm,
there's
mm-hmm.
so many ways you could go about it. There's so many different venues. Like I would recommend maybe starting with maybe YouTube. Instagram, Twitter. Try those three. Try, when you make a post on YouTube, try making it, try condensing it from 10 minutes to 30 seconds into a quick video for Instagram, and then tweet about it. Make a tweet about it on Twitter with maybe a picture. Um, you could use the same material on all of those three, and it's whatever you think is interesting at that time, whatever you're learning. Just document all your learning. It's like a journey, and sooner or later, people are gonna look at you as like, hey, this guy knows a lot about fighting games. Um, you'll build up a reputation, and it'd be really. And then when you start advertising tournaments, a lot of people are going to see it. A lot of people are going to respect. They'll be like, wow, this guy does this tournament. I want to go there. You know, that takes time. That takes a lot of effort. That won't happen. We're thinking like years, like maybe 1 or 2 years before people start noticing you like that. But um, I've been working hard on my LinkedIn for the last few months, and I'm seeing progress. I'm seeing people commenting on my things. Um, you messaged me, and I think those are the kind of steps of progress that I think are really awesome. Um, if I have someone messaging me want to
Definitely.
talk about esports, you are proof that this is working for me. Um, the fact that you
That's
messaged
very
me,
nice.
yeah, isn't that sweet? So, um, and I'm recording this conversation kind of deal where like I'm gonna use it, in types of like I don't know, social media and post it, and people are gonna hear your name. They're gonna say, Anthony. Oh, that's the he does street fighting. I want to see what he has to do, what he's all about. Um, so it's pretty cool. And just being persistent. Um, if you have an idea, just go for it. Don't think too much about it. You can you can be serious. Be serious with your research, or you can be funny. Whatever your style is, it's you.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna tell you how to, you know, how you're gonna make content. I'm just telling you that you should start making content. Um, and if you get busy with work, that's fine. But try do your best to try to maybe get one day. I think it'll pay off for you, and I think you'll have a lot of fun learning, um, and maybe see the progress. Um, when you first started back, you know, November or whatever. Um,
Mhm.
so so you know, does this does this kind of make sense to you? Like, are you kind of
Yeah, definitely.
yeah
Yeah, you keep asking like you're not sure.
yeah
You're definitely helpful.
yeah? So
We'll
um,
keep in touch.
yeah, I'll keep in touch. I'd love it if you would just start maybe just message me in LinkedIn when you post something. Um,
Yeah, well, I will.
and I'd love to watch it, see what you're doing. Maybe learn myself because I don't know really anything about fighting games. Um,
All right, cool.
yeah. So okay. Well, Anthony,
All right, cheers.
I really appreciate you
Yeah,
calling. It's nice talking.
I really appreciate your time and
Yeah, of course. Hey everyone, thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the content, please share it. It means a lot to me. And I will see you later. Have a good one.